That is not what you want to see in your clutch cable. That's a single broken strand and a lot of dirt and grit inside that cable. Hey folks, David York here at the York Way, and I want to talk to you about your clutch cable for a few minutes today. This one in particular came off my personal 2019 Indian Roadmaster. This has 35,000 miles on it. This is the original OEM cable, and I was actually just replacing it proactively with a Barnett cable. 35,000 miles on the OEM cable. I felt pretty good about the life that I got out of that, and was just proactively replacing it with a Barnett cable because even though I carry a cable repair kit on my bike, I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road doing that maintenance on the side of the road if I can help it. So this got replaced with a Barnett, and I actually thought I was going to just hang on to this as a spare cable, emergency cable for myself or anyone that needed it. But as I always do when we take parts off of a bike, we like to inspect the parts, and that's when we found that broken strand. Now, because we service both ends of this control cable every 5,000 miles, we can reasonably say that that strand broke sometime in the last 5,000 miles. When we service it, we're going to disconnect this part right here. It's going to get disconnected from your clutch arm. We're going to clean and grease this barrel here, and we're going to be able to see all of this part of the cable. We'll clean it, and at the upper end, this is actually the end that we would normally see a break, but up here by your clutch lever would connect right here to this barrel. We're going to clean all of this, and then we're going to re-lubricate this barrel. But where you often see them break is up here, somewhere right in here, because this is the part that's going to be continually passing back and forth through your clutch lever, the clutch perch. It rides, you can see it rides right through the end of that metal sleeve right there. So if something's out of alignment, every time you're using that clutch, it's rubbing that cable there. So that's where you often see them break. So this was a little bit of a surprise to see the damage down at the lower end, although there's a lot of things that happen on the bottom of your bike. You get a rock that can get kicked up there and hit your cable, damage your cable. Who knows? Any number of things could happen down there. But was this thing going to break tomorrow? No. But once you get one strand breaking, the others are going to follow. So this was a good call to go ahead and break this. Now, one of the things that I like about Barnett versus the OEM, again, here's the OEM. This is the upper end at the clutch lever. You can see this inner sleeve here stops about right there at my fingertip, and then you've got all of this cable that is unprotected. It's just raw cable, not protected because they stopped the sleeve, and the bottom end is the same way. So one of the things that I like about a Barnett cable is, here's the direct replacement from Barnett, is they're going to protect that cable all the way to the barrel. So you can see you got this protective sleeve all the way up to the barrel. And it's true for both ends. And here's the other end, and you can see this inner sleeve is lying all the way to the barrel, and that's what you want to see. So all you want to do when you're servicing these is you've got to disconnect these from the lower arm and clean and grease all of this, put it back together, and then same at the top. Clean and grease. Just clean all of the cable and then put some grease on this protective sleeve and put it back in the clutch lever. Now, we hear a lot about people that get stuck on the side of the road with broken control cables. Some of those probably are truly accidents where something just snapped in the moment. But I do believe a lot of these clutch cables can be caught. The damage could be caught and fixed in the shop if techs are diligent about doing what we're talking about doing, where you're disconnecting these from the lever and the arm and cleaning and greasing, because it's going to let you see all of that. You're going to have all of this exposed to do that service work, and you're going to catch this on the spot. That's how I believe this particular one was done sometime in the last 5,000 miles. Now, I know this works because we've actually had that happen with one of our customers where we found a damaged cable. It was actually up on the clutch lever end. It was up on this end, and he had some damage on it. We caught it while we were servicing it, just the way I was talking about, and he opted to go ahead and replace it. And we had another customer who was bringing his bike in for service, and his cable popped on his way to the shop. Had he made it to the shop, we would have, during our normal service, would have found that and had a good chance at fixing that for him. So there you go, a little bit about your clutch cables and preventative maintenance in general. And remember, got to bring your Indian motorcycle to the Yorkway to get it serviced the way it was meant to be.